Hey guys, Big Hero Vince here. Do you want to turn your bat cowl from this to this look? Okay, so what you will need is your cowl of choice, the industrial strength Velcro. You can get this at Home Depot or Michael's. A scissor, Loctite super glue. I like the ultra gel impact resistant flexible kind. You can get this at Walgreens, Michael's, Amazon, and from Michael's you'll get the needlepoint canvas, and it comes in a giant roll in this package, and it's flexible and cloth-like. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so what we got here is a cowl from Gauntlet Fx. This is their Arkham Origins version 2 cowl, and we're going to add some mesh to the eyes. So what you'll need first is your mesh. You're going to cut it into decent sized squares for this. So what you kind of want to do is take your mesh, take your cowl, line it up to the eye, see how much you need to cut, give or take, and we're going to put mesh on the inside from here down so it covers this whole area, and we'll be gluing the Velcro up here on the inside, so just leave enough room for also gluing Velcro on your mesh. Alright, so take your mesh and just cut it with a scissor. It's super easy to cut. Don't worry about cleaning it up yet, we'll clean it up after. Alright, so you got your mesh cut. About that size will be fine for the cowl. And then now I'm just going to clean it up. I'm just going to clean the edges up and make them look nice and follow the lines on the mesh already. Now I'm going to do a dry run. So if I was to take the mesh and we have Velcro up on top there, and I put it in, that's what it's going to look like. You want to cut a decent sized piece, because if you make it too small, it's just gonna, you're gonna have this happen, and you don't want that. You want it fully covered with the Velcro, and you can always cut more off. Now that I have this shape, I'm just gonna trace it onto this and cut the same shape. And again, I'm just gonna clean up the edges. Alright, so you have your two pieces. Now it's time to add the Velcro. For Velcro, you have two sides of Velcro, right? You have your soft fuzzy side and your rough coarse side. They go together, there's your Velcro. You want to put the coarse side onto your mesh, and you want to put the soft fuzzy side on the inside of your cowl. Why? Because if anything hits your face, it'll be the soft fuzzy side, not the coarse side. So trust me on this. Use the soft side on your cowl and use the hard side on your mesh. So we're going to line it up, and you don't have to go all the way across for this, so we're just going to cut that much, like here. Okay, this is sticky back Velcro, so we're just going to stick it right on. The super glue is for the inside of the cowl Velcro. You'll still be using the sticky back Velcro, but you also want to add super glue for the urethane. So you just take your sticky back and you just place it right on. Now you have your Velcro on the mesh. So take your cowl. You will be cutting the same piece of Velcro, but the soft side. And we're going to be cutting it, and we're going to be gluing it up inside the cowl right here. That's where it will be glued. Because once it's glued in there, you'll take your mesh, you'll put it inside, you'll Velcro it to here, and there you go. You'll have the eyes. Alright, so you cut your Velcro for the cowl. Again, you're just cutting a strip right off the edge. Super simple. So now these two pieces of Velcro will line up with these two pieces, when they're inside your cowl. So, what you'll need to do, find the cowl of your choice that you're adding the mesh to. Look on the inside, find the best place to add the Velcro. So here's the eye, and I'm going to add it right above the brow, which where you should also be adding your Velcro. You found the place where you want to put it. Just do a quick dry run with the label still on. I'm going to put it right here above the eye. So take your super glue. Even though it's sticky back, I'm still going to use super glue because you want it to stick and you want it to be permanent. With this method with the Velcro, it's great because you can still wear the cowl just like this and you'll never know that the Velcro's in there. Or when you want, you just slide the mesh eyes in. And this stuff is cheap, so if you ever do ruin the mesh on the eyes, you can easily make another one. Alright, so you take your Velcro and the sticky back, it's already sticky, and you take your super glue and you're just going to squeeze some super glue on it. Don't do a lot, but just enough to stay on. Make sure you spread it around the edges and the middle. And you're going to take your cowl, you're going to put it right above the eye. So you're just pressing it in, letting it dry. I should have said this beforehand. Make sure your cowl is clean on the inside because you want to be adhering the sticky to a clean cowl, nothing oily or greasy. So just wash your cowl on the inside and make sure it's good to go. So now you can see that that's stuck up in there. There's your soft Velcro on the inside of the eye. So now, when you take the mesh, there you go. Now you have a mesh eye. That's it, just lining it up, and then I'll cut the excess away so this excess can get cut. There you go. Now I'm going to do the other eye. Now you have your cowl, still with the empty eyes open, but you have your two pieces of soft Velcro glued onto the inside, super glued in. So now you can wear your cowl just like this without any mesh eyes, and it'll be just like before the video. Or you can just take your mesh, you Velcro it right in, and then put your cowl on, and you're good to go. You have the mesh eyes. Now I'm just going to trim up some of these edges. The eyes are in, they're not coming out. And I'm just going to take my scissor and I'm just going to snip off a little bit of the mesh. So now with that cut, that's what it looks like from the inside. But when you put it on, it looks great. So now let's put it on. Alright, so you're going to put your cowl on. I have the mesh in the eyes. Now depending how big your head is, you might have to reach in and adjust the mesh. Alright, so you might have to fix them. I don't have a mirror in front of me, but there you go. And now you have mesh in your eyes. And you can take them out whenever you want, or leave them in. As you can see, there's not much room it's taking up at all, but because I have really long eyelashes and a giant 24-inch head, my eyelashes are hitting the mesh in this cowl. It's just a little uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt or anything. But yeah, if you want to achieve this look, this is how you achieve it. And now these are completely removable. You can adjust, go in here whenever you need to. And they're see-through, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear or not, but you can see through this mesh. I can see perfectly fine. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, this was another Big Hero Vince tutorial. This time it was how to add mesh like this, removable and see-through, into your bat cowl. This bat cowl was made by Gauntlet Fx. Go check them out on Facebook. They make amazing stuff and I highly recommend them. Thanks everybody for watching. Stay awesome. Peace!